Grandmaster Amin Rahh here, coming to you from beautiful Mombasa, Kenya, where I have spent the last 21 years living in Africa. Now I wanted to make a quick video here to discuss about some things that concern me. And of course they bothered me for years, but you know, I'm a person of perseverance, and I know how to deal with things and understand them, break them down, figure them out, and look at the cause of all things, and hopefully find a righteous reasoning behind all things being done, because I believe at the basis of everyone, people are righteous. Now, with that being said, and I'm outside here, there are a lot of people that are out there in the world, and in my business and in my business dealings, I have dealt with many people. And you would think that someone like me, they would be, really well known, maybe even famous. And I'm not trying to be famous by no stretch of the imagination. That's one thing I really don't want. However, there is an element of fame that comes with meeting a lot of people. And when you meet a lot of people, you have to interact with them, and this causes people to talk about you. And since there are many different types of people in the world, you tend to get people who who say things that are not true. And that's what I wanted to mention today, is that here we are today. We're building a platform, and I'm going online on a regular basis, talking to people, and I feel like, people that have never met me before, they're going to look at this thing and they're going to say, well, who is this guy? And maybe they'll do a little research to see, like, if they're wasting their time to listening to this guy, or does he know what he's really talking about? And those are people that concern me and that I want to address to. In my time in martial arts, I was a top champion competitor. Yet there are people that are out there that tell you, or that tell other people, I'm never won a match in his life. I was a very successful black belt. I took a school that had closed, reopened it, and changed it in from the smallest Black Karate Federation school with only 6 members. And the floor could only hold 7, 8 people, because the floor was that small, and expanded it to a school that had over 108 active members and over 300 members coming in within 1 month. But yet there are people that tell you Amin was a failure. His school was a disaster. And they did better. That's what they basically try to tell people. And I'm like, where are your pictures? If you've done better than me, I have 75 black belts plus that I promoted from white belt. You train them from white belt, they know nothing, to the time they become black belt, and they're like king of men. And you assist them with that. I have assisted them, these people, amongst all those that didn't make it to black belt along the way, to reach the level of black belt. All the pictures are there. I even talked to one of my junior black belts today. Shout out to Odell. Haven't seen him since he was a kid. I know he's a full-grown man now. And the pictures are there, the records are there, and then someone comes along and says he did nothing. They did more. Or, you know, and I'm like, well, where are your records? I mean, you go to my Facebook page, it's open, and you can look at the photos, and you see me with people, you know, actual people. And I've trained them, and some of these people are my black belts. I've been knowing them for decades. Yet there are people that say, you know, I've done nothing. And when you go to their Facebook page, they've got pictures of anything but people. Pictures of the sky, pictures of liquor, pictures of cars, you know, pictures of sayings from somebody else that they just copied into their photos folder. I ran that martial arts school for 10 years. And you can be dilly damn sure that there were black belts, prominent, that refused to come to the school no matter what they saw. Mr. Muhammad came there. We had a Black Karate Federation founders meeting, one historical meeting there. We had many promotions, and yet people really competed against the school every which way they could. Now, there was a time when I was deep in the organization, and it allowed me to meet many a great martial artists. I mean, I met Billy Blanks, Chuck Norris, Wesley Snipes, Nasty Anderson, Ed Parker, both senior and junior, Frank Trejo, these great martial artists that knew me when I walk in the door, they see me, they knew who I was. But have someone else tell it. Tell the story. I was a nobody. And to the point where I talk to them on phone, and they tell me that I was nobody. And it's just a shock to me, to see like how, okay, I can understand you might go out and make yourself look good because you could say, you see, this is me. But to come on a phone call with me and tell me, you didn't do this, you were like that, I remember having super successful classes, and then, it was like a celebration. The class was so great. And everybody goes home, you're on this high. And then here's this, first generation black belt trying to tell me I'm doing everything all wrong. So I don't understand. The way our people well, I used to didn't understand, but today I do understand. Coming into Kenya, I knew no one in martial arts, and I was able to build and develop a martial art to the point of growing it to the largest, most practiced martial art in the country. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means if you go to Nigeria, or if you go to Uganda or Rwanda, or basically any country in Africa, and you compare African-based martial arts in their countries, compare that with their foreign copy, Asian copy martial arts, you'll find that Kenya has a very strong, developed, African-based, African-created martial art. We don't have to look at the Asians to teach us martial arts. We have a superior martial art, and I said it, yes. The martial arts that we teach is superior to what the Asians have given the African. Now, they might have a superior martial art or a good martial art, but they're not giving that information to the African, and therefore, they're not properly teaching it. And let's not forget the fact that I created a martial arts under the foundation of the Black Karate Federation, but basically the paperwork, the constitution, the policies, the rules, the teaching techniques had to be developed one by one for every belt rank. People don't understand what this entails. But I did it, and then it was dismissed. Here you have a working system that I introduced in my school, and it worked for 10 years straight. When I leave the school, what do? Totally abandon it. And how long did the school last after I left the school when I came to Africa? How long was the school successful? 2 weeks. Yet, black belts are telling me that they had 50 million students there. They have, oh, we did all these great things after I left. But not one photo to back it up. But they forgot to take pictures. Then they'll go on to tell me that, you did this illegal thing, you did that illegal thing. And I'm like, hold on. Take a step back. How could something be done illegal and I still be there? You see, why no one could figure this out? It doesn't make any sense. You hear the pause in their voice when I try to get there and I put them on point, when I put them on the stand and try to interrogate them a little. Well, where did you get this? And then that small pause shows me that it's a mental issue in their mind, that they generated this thing, not realizing that they're trying to damage my legacy with nonsense. Because I still put out the fact, show me where all this, it was a bad guy. Or show me where didn't do anything. Show me that. And because you have to have something to measure me by. To say I didn't do anything, somebody had to do something great. And I'm still waiting from someone to show me that photo of promotion of more than 150 students at one time. Show me that photo, because I have mine. And if you say you're all great, where are yours? Now, I have a photo with all my black belts, not all of them, but because it's impossible, but many of my black belts in one picture. Show me yours. See? So, God bless everyone that's out there that wants to be great, but they should never compete with their instructor. That's number one. And then to compete with somebody else or someone like me, who is an innovator, is, that's like wrestling an elephant. Because I'm on point every day, thinking and developing. You take education, for instance. Now, education is the epitome of any country. That is the basis of where all creativity and learning starts, at the primary level. Now, I'm here at primary level introducing concepts to a school that is analog and archaic, has analog and archaic systems in place that you wouldn't believe it, because the school has been here since the 60s. They've been doing things the same way. Now here the government has said we want to digitalize the school system. And I'm assisting the government in creating the software that allows that to happen. Now, who else is doing that? Okay, I don't see many people. So it's a good chance that what we're doing, maybe if it's accepted and promoted, then it's going to expand throughout the whole Kenyan school system. Now we're far from that, but it's a possibility. So this is the things that I am doing, yet people are going to be putting me down and say, I'm in this thing, what you're doing, it won't work. You get all those things. All the greats always tell you, don't listen to the critics. I don't listen to the critics, but I wonder sometimes about the people who hear me for the first time, and then these other people who make it their business to go out and sit out in front of the building and in a chair and discourage anyone that comes to see what I'm about. There are a lot of people who know me, and they try to build their reputation off of saying, I know something secret about Amin Rahh that nobody else knows. No, you don't. You don't know anything. Because you ain't sat down with me to know my life. And if you did, you wouldn't be saying those things. You'd see how ridiculous it sounds to make such a statement that tells people something that they can easily disprove. So I say out there to people who know me and the people that work with me, don't try to put yourself up by trying to put me down. We're not even in the same category. I don't know that like 3 people that's like me. Okay? So I see that I'm a unique person, and I see that I have certain abilities, and I know a lot of people see they can't have these abilities. Okay, fine, but if you know me, don't try to build yourself up when you don't have those abilities. You'll never make it. All you'll do is go behind me, copy what I do, try to print it out, repackage it some kind of way, and present it, which would be a lower quality product or service, and then that's what you give out to the general public. So I'm up in age now. I want to start teaching people to learn these things, who are willing to know, to go out there and do it. And, the fact of the matter is, you can't do this. It takes hard work. And all these people that I see in the background talking nonsense, putting me down, trying to elevate themselves up, copying what I do, all I see is these people are just lazy. They're lazy. They don't want to do hard work. But when someone tells you the only way you can be successful is through hard work, you don't want to hear that. You think you can skirt that law of nature and come out on top. No. Name one person who has done it. At the end of the day, you're not even happy or satisfied with what you've done because you know that you got it from somewhere else. Surely. So all the people that are out there coming to see me for the first time on the Black Man's Guide channel, this is me, Amin Rahh, talking about, ranting about his life and his situations, and also in personal life. Okay, this is another issue where, even women discuss me, and that is very bad. I'm just a brother that's trying to create a family and live a happy life. And finally, I got a family of my own. I raised them from scratch with no woman taking them from me and using my children against me. And, I think that's what that's part of the purpose of being in life, is to, raise a family. These kids are not mine. They're their own people. I look at my kids and I see they're growing their own personality. I know they don't belong to me. They just come through me. And I have a responsibility to assist them into adulthood. And that's all I'm doing. Whether they were with me at the beginning or whether me and the mom had issues and then we broke apart, that shouldn't matter at the end of the day. Because I believe a lot of these situations that a lot of us black people get involved in are not our own fault. What the hell were they teaching us in school when they were not teaching us how to raise a family, relationships between men and women, how to keep a marriage together? The system doesn't want us to be together. It's clear. So here we are, where we are today. And I'm saying that if you want to be the best you can be, or if you want your children to be the best they can be, modern Africa is the place to be, not the United States. Our time is up there. They have done everything they could to us. Now the system is dying, and it is not the greatest country in the world anymore. It really was never really the greatest country in the world anymore. The home is best, always. It's just that we didn't see it because a lot of the propaganda that was out there being spread around talking about Africa was not, we're not part of Africa, or talking about the Africa as if we're not part of that. If we weren't stolen and taken to another land, built that land up, okay, fine, we've done that. Now it's time to come home and build up our modern Africa while it is increasing in economic growth. So that is my talk for today. Just want to come out here quickly and talk about that, and see you in the next video.